The Bible, a sacred text revered by billions of people around the world, has been a source of guidance, comfort, and wisdom for over 2,000 years. From its ancient stories of creation, miracles, and prophecies, to its teachings on morality, faith, and love, the Bible holds an unparalleled influence on human history. But in all its depth and richness, one question often lingers in the minds of those who study it: have we truly unlocked all the secrets hidden within its pages? Many people view the Bible solely as a religious guide or a historical account of events. But what if there's more? What if beneath its surface lies a hidden language, a divine code, waiting to be deciphered? This code could hold the key not only to spiritual enlightenment, but also to practical wisdom that transcends time. In this video, we will embark on a journey to uncover the ancient Bible secrets that have the potential to change how we perceive life, business, and the world around us. Throughout history, great scholars, theologians, and mystics have pored over the Bible, trying to understand its deeper meanings. However, only a select few have truly begun to understand the language of the divine, a language that speaks to the heart and mind in ways that can guide us towards success, fulfillment, and wisdom. It is a language that connects us to something greater than ourselves, something beyond the material world, and it can offer profound insights into how we can navigate the complexities of modern life. In particular, the teachings of the Bible hold a treasure trove of principles that, when applied, can lead to extraordinary success in all aspects of life. From business leadership to personal growth, the ancient wisdom found within the Bible has proven time and again to be just as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. But what exactly is this divine language, and how can it be applied to our daily lives? In this video, we will explore some of the most powerful secrets hidden within the Bible, focusing on how they can unlock a deeper understanding of our purpose, relationships, and ambitions. Along the way, we will see how these ancient teachings can offer not just spiritual nourishment, but also practical guidance for those seeking success in business, leadership, and personal development. As we begin this exploration, I invite you to open your mind and heart to the possibility that the Bible is not just a religious text, it is a timeless source of wisdom that can help us navigate the challenges of our modern world. Together, let's embark on a journey to unlock the ancient Bible secrets, and in doing so, discover the language of the divine that could transform the way we live, work, and lead. The Bible has long been seen as a spiritual and religious guide, a book of faith that provides comfort and direction. Yet, what many fail to recognize is that hidden within its stories and teachings is a profound language, one that transcends the words themselves. It is a language of wisdom, an ancient code passed down through generations, carefully concealed in metaphors, parables, and allegories. Over the centuries, countless individuals have dedicated their lives to uncovering these hidden messages, seeking to understand the deeper truths about life, purpose, and the divine. This language of the divine is not something that can be understood through mere reading or surface-level interpretation. It requires a deeper engagement, a willingness to listen not just with the ears, but with the heart and soul. It is a language that speaks to the innermost parts of our being, offering guidance and insight that transcends the material world. In this first part of our journey, we will explore the nature of this ancient language and why it holds the key to unlocking a deeper understanding of both life and business. The Bible is filled with stories and parables that, at first glance, may seem simple or even outdated. However, when examined through the lens of this hidden divine language, these stories take on a new life, revealing timeless truths about human nature, morality, and the principles that govern the universe. One such example can be found in the story of the prodigal son, a parable told by Jesus that is often interpreted as a lesson in forgiveness and redemption. But when we delve deeper into this story, we begin to see that it speaks not only to the spiritual journey of an individual, but also to the dynamics of relationships, business, and leadership. In the story, a young man leaves his father's house, squanders his inheritance in reckless living, and eventually returns in shame, seeking forgiveness. His father, instead of condemning him, welcomes him back with open arms and even throws a feast in his honor. At a surface level, this may seem like a simple story of a father's love for his son. But when we explore the deeper meaning, we see that it reflects important principles that can be applied to modern business practices. For example, the story of the prodigal son speaks to the idea of redemption and second chances, principles that are vital in the world of business. Just as the father in the parable is willing to forgive his son and offer him a fresh start, business leaders must also be willing to forgive mistakes and provide opportunities for growth. In the business world, failure is often seen as the end, but the true essence of leadership lies in the ability to guide others through failure, helping them rise again and become better for the experience. The story also touches on the importance of humility and repentance. The young man returns to his father not with arrogance, but with a humble heart, acknowledging his mistakes. This is an important lesson for anyone in business. Humility is a powerful trait. Leaders who are able to admit when they've made a mistake, learn from it, and make amends are more likely to gain the respect and trust of their teams. In contrast, those who refuse to acknowledge their shortcomings may find themselves isolated and ineffective, unable to lead effectively. Moreover, the prodigal son story teaches us about the value of relationships in both personal and professional contexts. The father's actions are not just about his son's return, but about the joy of restoring a relationship that had been broken. In business, relationships are everything. Building strong, trusting relationships with employees, clients, and business partners is the foundation for long-term success. The story emphasizes the power of compassion and forgiveness in restoring relationships, which is often crucial when navigating the challenges and conflicts that arise in the business world. This is just one example of how the language of the divine, embedded within the Bible, can offer profound wisdom for modern business practices. But there is so much more to uncover, from the teachings of Jesus to the wisdom of Proverbs and Ecclesiastes. The Bible is filled with principles that have the potential to transform the way we approach both life and work. By understanding these ancient teachings, we can unlock a deeper understanding of human nature, our purpose, and the way we interact with the world around us. But why, you may ask, should we turn to ancient texts for guidance in today's fast-paced, modern world? The answer lies in the timeless nature of the wisdom contained within these pages. While the world around us changes, the fundamental principles of human nature and the way we relate to others remain constant. In fact, in many ways, the challenges we face in modern business are not all that different from those faced by the characters in biblical stories. Whether it's dealing with conflict, making difficult decisions, or leading others through adversity, the principles found in the Bible can offer valuable insights that transcend time and place. One of the most striking aspects of the Bible is its ability to speak to people from all walks of life. Regardless of culture, background, or time period, the divine language contained within its pages resonates with something deep within us all. It speaks to our desire for meaning, for purpose, and for connection to something greater than ourselves. Whether we are religious or not, the Bible's teachings have the power to speak to the human condition, providing us with the tools to navigate the complexities of life and business. At the heart of this divine language is the concept of wisdom, an understanding of life that goes beyond knowledge. Wisdom is not just about knowing facts or accumulating information, it is about applying knowledge in a way that leads to growth, fulfillment, and success. The Bible teaches us that true wisdom comes from a connection to the divine, from aligning our actions with higher principles, and from seeking understanding through reflection and contemplation. In the next sections of our journey, we will explore specific lessons from the Bible that can be applied directly to modern business practices. We will examine principles such as the importance of vision, the power of discipline, the value of hard work, and the role of integrity in leadership. These principles are not just abstract ideas, they are practical tools that can help us navigate the complexities of life and business, helping us to unlock our full potential and lead lives of purpose and meaning. As we continue on this journey, remember that the divine language of the Bible is not reserved for religious scholars or theologians. It is a language that can be understood by anyone who is willing to listen with an open heart and mind. By engaging with this language, we can uncover the wisdom that has guided generations before us and apply it to our own lives, creating a more successful, fulfilling, and meaningful existence. As we continue our exploration of the Bible's hidden wisdom, it becomes clear that the teachings within its pages are not merely about spiritual salvation or moral conduct. They also contain profound insights into leadership and business that are just as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. The Bible provides a framework for understanding the core principles that guide successful leaders and entrepreneurs, offering timeless strategies that can help individuals navigate the challenges of the modern business world. One of the most powerful principles found in the Bible is the concept of vision. In Proverbs chapter 29 verse 18, it is written, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." This simple yet profound statement highlights the importance of having a clear vision for the future. In the context of business, a vision is not just a lofty goal, it is the driving force behind every decision, every strategy, and every action taken within an organization. Without a clear vision, businesses can lose their way, become stagnant, or fail to inspire their teams. In the Bible, vision is often tied to divine purpose. It is not simply about personal ambition or material gain, but about fulfilling a higher calling or destiny. In the book of Habakkuk, God instructs the prophet to write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 2. This passage emphasizes the importance of clarity and communication in vision setting. A leader must be able to articulate their vision clearly and make it accessible to everyone involved in the organization. In the business world, this means ensuring that every team member understands the company's goals, values, and mission. When everyone is aligned with a shared vision, the collective efforts of the organization are far more powerful and effective. This concept of vision is closely related to the principle of purpose. In many biblical stories, individuals are called to fulfill a specific purpose, whether it is Moses leading the Israelites out of Egypt or Esther saving the Jewish people. These figures understood that their lives had meaning beyond personal gain, and that fulfilling their divine purpose required dedication, sacrifice, and courage. In the business world, purpose-driven leadership is gaining traction as more and more organizations realize the importance of aligning their business practices with a higher sense of purpose. Whether it's creating a product that improves people's lives, providing a service that promotes social good, or ensuring that the company operates ethically and responsibly, leaders who lead with purpose are more likely to inspire loyalty, trust, and commitment from both their teams and their customers. Another critical principle found in the Bible is the power of discipline. Throughout the scriptures, discipline is portrayed as a key virtue that leads to success. In Proverbs chapter 12 verse 1, it says, "Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but whoever hates correction is stupid." Discipline is not just about self-control, it is about consistently applying effort toward a goal, maintaining focus, and staying true to one's values. In the context of business, discipline is essential for success. Business leaders must maintain focus on their goals, even in the face of adversity. This requires both mental and emotional discipline, the ability to stay calm and composed under pressure, make decisions based on logic and strategy rather than impulse, and persevere through challenges without losing sight of the bigger picture. The Bible is full of examples of leaders who demonstrated remarkable discipline. One such example is the Apostle Paul, who faced numerous trials and hardships in his ministry, yet remained steadfast in his mission. His letters, many of which form a significant portion of the New Testament, reveal his unwavering commitment to his purpose and his discipline in pursuing it. In business, discipline is often the differentiating factor between those who succeed and those who fail. The ability to remain focused, work hard consistently, and persevere in the face of setbacks is a hallmark of successful leaders and entrepreneurs. Discipline is also closely tied to the idea of stewardship. In the Bible, God entrusts individuals with responsibilities, whether it's managing the land, resources, or people. The concept of stewardship teaches us that we are accountable for the resources we have been given, and it calls for responsible management. In business, this can be applied to how leaders manage their finances, their teams, and their time. Wise stewardship ensures that resources are used efficiently and effectively, and it encourages leaders to think long-term rather than short-term. It also involves recognizing that the success of a business is not solely for personal gain, but for the benefit of all those who are impacted by it, including employees, customers, and the broader community. In addition to vision, purpose, and discipline. The Bible also emphasizes the importance of integrity in leadership. In Proverbs chapter 10 verse 9, it states, "Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked paths will be found out." Integrity is a core value that underpins all successful leadership and business practices. Leaders who act with integrity build trust with their teams, customers, and stakeholders. In contrast, leaders who engage in dishonest practices, even if they are temporarily successful, will eventually face the consequences of their actions. Integrity is not just about honesty, it is about consistency between one's words and actions. It involves doing what is right, even when no one is watching, and upholding ethical standards in all situations. In the business world, integrity is vital for maintaining a positive reputation, fostering customer loyalty, and building strong, sustainable relationships. Leaders who operate with integrity are more likely to inspire confidence in their employees and customers, leading to long-term success. Finally, the Bible teaches the importance of servant leadership. In Mark chapter 10 verses 44 to 45, Jesus states, "Whoever wants to be great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be the slave of all." This passage challenges the conventional understanding of leadership, which often focuses on power and control. Instead, Jesus teaches that true leadership comes from serving others, from putting the needs of others before your own. This principle has profound implications for modern business leadership. Servant leadership is about empowering others, supporting their growth, and helping them succeed. It is about recognizing that leadership is not about domination, but about collaboration and support. Business leaders who adopt a servant leadership mindset are more likely to create positive, productive work environments where employees feel valued and motivated to perform at their best. As we journey deeper into the wisdom of the Bible, it becomes evident that the teachings are not merely philosophical or theological. They are practical principles that can be directly applied to the challenges we face in modern business and leadership. Among these principles, the concepts of patience, justice, and the ability to overcome adversity stand out as crucial for anyone looking to succeed in both their personal and professional life. One of the most striking aspects of biblical wisdom is the emphasis on patience. In the fast-paced world of business, where instant gratification and quick results are often expected, the Bible offers a refreshing perspective. In James chapter 5 verse 7, it is written, "Be patient therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and hath long patience for it, until he receives the early and latter rain." This passage uses the metaphor of a farmer waiting patiently for the harvest to emphasize the importance of long-term thinking and perseverance. Patience in business is often overlooked in favor of more immediate results. However, the Bible teaches us that true success does not come overnight, just as a farmer must wait for the right conditions to yield a bountiful harvest. Business leaders must understand that growth and success take time. The journey toward building a successful business is not always smooth, and there will be moments of struggle and uncertainty. Yet, just like the farmer who persists despite the challenges, a successful business leader must have the patience to weather the storms and trust that, with consistent effort, success will come. Patience also plays a vital role in personal development. Leaders must be patient with themselves, allowing room for growth, learning, and improvement. In a world where there is constant pressure to achieve, the Bible encourages individuals to trust in the process, to be patient with their progress, and to remain steadfast in their commitment to personal and professional growth. Another essential principle emphasized in the Bible is justice. The Bible has much to say about fairness, righteousness, and the treatment of others. In Proverbs chapter 21 verse 15, it is written, "When justice is done, it brings joy to the righteous but terror to evildoers." This verse speaks to the importance of justice in leadership and decision-making. Business leaders are often called upon to make difficult decisions that affect the lives of their employees, customers, and stakeholders. The Bible encourages leaders to ensure that their decisions are rooted in justice, fairness, and integrity. Justice in the business world means treating employees and customers with respect, ensuring that resources are distributed equitably, and upholding ethical standards in all dealings. It is about ensuring that everyone within an organization is treated fairly and with dignity, regardless of their position, background, or status. A business that operates with justice creates an environment where trust, respect, and loyalty thrive. Employees who feel they are treated fairly are more likely to be engaged and committed to the success of the company. The concept of justice also extends to how businesses engage with their communities and society at large. The Bible teaches that leaders have a responsibility not just to their businesses, but to the greater good. In Micah chapter 6 verse 8, it is written, "He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God." This verse encapsulates the idea that true justice involves more than just adhering to the law. It is about doing what is right, showing mercy, and acting with humility. In the business world, this means taking a broader view of success. It is not enough to focus solely on profits and growth. Business leaders must also consider the social, environmental, and ethical implications of their actions, just as the Bible calls for leaders to act justly and mercifully. Modern business leaders are encouraged to operate in ways that benefit not only their companies but also the communities in which they live and work. Ethical business practices, corporate social responsibility, and a commitment to social justice are all integral components of modern business leadership. Lastly, the Bible teaches powerful lessons about overcoming adversity. No story in the Bible exemplifies this principle more than the life of Job. Job, a righteous man who faced unimaginable suffering and loss, teaches us the value of resilience and faith in the face of hardship. In Job chapter 1 verse 21, he declares, "The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Despite the overwhelming challenges he faced, Job never lost his faith or his commitment to doing what was right. In business, adversity is inevitable. Every entrepreneur and leader will face challenges, be it financial struggles, market competition, or personal setbacks. How one responds to these challenges often determines their long-term success. The story of Job teaches us that adversity does not define us. Rather, it is how we respond to adversity that shapes our character and determines our future success. The ability to persevere through tough times, maintain faith in one's mission, and keep moving forward despite obstacles is a hallmark of successful leaders. Job's story also illustrates the importance of maintaining integrity and staying true to one's values, even in the face of hardship. In the business world, leaders who compromise their values for the sake of quick success or short-term gain may face long-term consequences. Both personally and professionally, Job's unwavering commitment to his faith and values, even in his darkest moments, serves as a powerful reminder that success built on integrity and perseverance is the most enduring. Furthermore, the Bible teaches that overcoming adversity often requires a community of support. In Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verses 9 to 10, it is written, "Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow." In business, as in life, we are not meant to face challenges alone. Leaders must surround themselves with a supportive team, mentors, and advisors who can provide guidance, encouragement, and wisdom during difficult times. The strength of a team is often what allows leaders to overcome the greatest obstacles and emerge stronger than before. As we continue to unravel the divine wisdom embedded in the Bible, one principle stands out as crucial for successful leadership and thriving businesses: the importance of building strong, authentic relationships. The Bible is filled with teachings on how to build meaningful connections with others. Whether it be with family, friends, employees, or business partners, the power of love, humility, and servant leadership is the foundation of any successful organization. And these values can transform not only businesses but entire communities. One of the most profound teachings on relationships comes from Jesus' message about loving one another. In John chapter 13 verses 34 to 35, Jesus says, "A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another." This simple yet radical commandment forms the basis for all human relationships, including those in the workplace. Love in business may seem like an unconventional idea, especially in a world where profits and results are often prioritized above all else. However, when we look at the teachings of Jesus, it becomes clear that love is not about romantic affection or emotion. Rather, It is about serving others selflessly, showing compassion, and prioritizing the well-being of others. A business that operates on the foundation of love creates an environment where employees feel valued, respected, and motivated to give their best. In a business setting, love translates to empathy, kindness, and genuine concern for the people you work with. It is about taking the time to understand the needs, challenges, and aspirations of employees, customers, and partners. Leaders who demonstrate love through their actions create a culture of trust, loyalty, and collaboration. This is not just about being a nice boss, it is about creating a workplace where people are inspired to work together toward a common goal, where there is mutual respect and support for one another. The Bible also emphasizes the importance of humility in leadership. In Philippians chapter 2 verse 3-4, Paul writes, "Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. Let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others." This passage offers timeless wisdom for leaders in any field. True leadership is not about exerting power or control over others, it is about lifting others up, empowering them to succeed, and acting with humility. Humility is often misunderstood as weakness, but in reality, it is a powerful trait that can strengthen any organization. Humble leaders do not see themselves as superior to others, but as servants of those they lead. They listen to the opinions and ideas of their employees, value their contributions, and give credit where it is due. In doing so, they foster a sense of belonging and engagement among their team members, which ultimately leads to greater productivity, innovation, and satisfaction. Humility also plays a key role in conflict resolution. In every workplace, conflicts are inevitable. However, leaders who approach conflict with humility and a desire to understand all perspectives can help resolve disputes in a way that is fair and constructive. Instead of imposing solutions from the top down, humble leaders seek input from all sides, mediate differences, and encourage open communication. This not only helps to resolve the immediate issue but also strengthens the long-term relationships within the organization. The Bible also teaches us that leadership is about serving others. In Mark chapter 10 verses 44 to 45, Jesus says, "Whoever wants to be great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be the slave of all." This passage challenges the traditional view of leadership as a position of power and privilege. Instead, it redefines leadership as a role of service and sacrifice. In business, servant leadership is about prioritizing the needs of employees, customers, and the community over personal gain or status. It is about leaders who are willing to get their hands dirty, to lead by example, and to support their teams in any way they can. A servant leader is one who listens, empathizes, and works alongside their employees to achieve shared goals. This type of leadership fosters a culture of collaboration, mutual respect, and shared responsibility. In a world where leadership is often associated with hierarchy and authority, servant leadership flips the traditional model on its head. Instead of using power to control and dominate, servant leaders use their influence to inspire, motivate, and uplift others. This approach not only benefits the employees and the organization, but also has a profound impact on customer satisfaction and loyalty. Building strong relationships is not just about fostering a positive work environment, it is also about building trust and credibility with customers and business partners. The Bible teaches that honesty, integrity, and transparency are essential in all of our dealings with others. In Proverbs chapter 12 verse 22, it is written, "Lying lips are abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight." In business, this means being truthful in all communications, delivering on promises, and maintaining ethical standards at all times. In a business context, trust is one of the most valuable assets a company can have. Customers who trust a brand are more likely to become loyal advocates, and business partners who trust each other are more likely to collaborate successfully. Honesty and integrity in business create an environment where relationships are based on mutual respect and shared values. Another essential component of relationship building in the Bible is the idea of forgiveness. In Matthew chapter 18 verses 21 to 22, Peter asks Jesus how many times he should forgive someone who sins against him. To which Jesus responds, "I tell you, not 7 times, but 77 times." This teaching emphasizes the importance of forgiveness. not just in our personal relationships, but also in our business dealings. In any organization, conflicts, misunderstandings, and mistakes are bound to happen. The ability to forgive, let go of grudges, and move forward with a spirit of reconciliation is essential for building lasting relationships and creating a harmonious work environment. In business, forgiveness is closely tied to creating a culture of learning and growth. Instead of holding on to past mistakes or failures, leaders should encourage employees to view setbacks as opportunities for improvement. When mistakes happen, it is important to address them with empathy and understanding, rather than with blame and criticism. A forgiving environment allows individuals to take risks, make mistakes, and learn from them, which leads to greater innovation and creativity within the company. As we approach the final part of this exploration into the ancient secrets of the Bible and their relevance to modern business, we come to two profound principles that are deeply intertwined: faith and sacrifice. These principles go hand in hand, guiding leaders and entrepreneurs to make decisions that are not just profitable, but meaningful and impactful in the long run. Faith is an essential concept in the Bible, and it is woven into the very fabric of Christian teachings. In Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1, we are reminded that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is often thought of as a deeply spiritual concept, but in a business context, it can be understood as the unwavering belief in one's purpose, vision, and values, even in the face of uncertainty and adversity. In business, faith is required to take risks, to innovate, and to push boundaries. Entrepreneurs often embark on their journeys with no guarantee of success. The road ahead is filled with unknowns, challenges, and obstacles. However, it is faith in the vision and mission that drives them forward, even when the path is unclear. Without faith, many great innovations, businesses, and achievements would never come to fruition. Faith gives the entrepreneur the courage to persevere through the tough times, to keep working toward their goal despite setbacks, and to believe that their efforts will ultimately bear fruit. In Matthew chapter 17 verse 20, Jesus tells his disciples, "For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you." This powerful passage speaks to the tremendous potential of faith, even if it is small. In business, this means that even if the vision or idea seems impossible, with faith, anything is possible. Business leaders must have the conviction to pursue their goals with unwavering determination. Even when the challenges appear insurmountable, faith allows them to envision success beyond the limitations of the present moment. However, faith alone is not enough. The Bible teaches that faith must be coupled with action. In James chapter 2 verse 17, it is written, "Even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone." This passage reminds us that faith is not passive, it requires effort, determination, and action. A business leader may have a vision, but without the hard work and strategic decisions to turn that vision into reality, faith will remain unfulfilled. The Bible encourages us to put our faith into action, to take the steps necessary to bring our goals to fruition. Sacrifice is another principle that plays a pivotal role in the business world. Jesus' life exemplifies the ultimate act of sacrifice, as he gave up his life for the salvation of humanity. This powerful message of selflessness and sacrifice is not just a theological lesson, but a guide for how we can live our lives and conduct our business dealings. In Luke chapter 9 verse 23, Jesus states, "If any man will come after me, let him deny himself, and take up his cross daily, and follow me." This passage calls for self-sacrifice, the willingness to put the needs of others above our own desires, and the humility to serve a greater purpose. In business, sacrifice often means putting the long-term success of the company above short-term gains, prioritizing the well-being of employees and customers, and making decisions that are aligned with core values, even when they are not the easiest or most profitable choices in the moment. Sacrifice in business can take many forms. It may involve financial sacrifices, such as reinvesting profits back into the business for growth rather than taking a personal payout. It can also involve emotional sacrifice, such as leaders making difficult decisions that are not popular but are necessary for the long-term success of the organization. In some cases, sacrifice may mean sacrificing personal time or comfort to ensure the success and growth of the company. But ultimately, sacrifice is about putting others and the mission before personal gain. One of the key aspects of sacrifice in the Bible is the idea of giving without expecting anything in return. In Acts chapter 20 verse 35, it is written, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." This teaching encourages generosity and selflessness, both of which are powerful principles in business. Successful business leaders understand that true success is not measured solely by profit, but by the impact they have on others. The more they give, whether it is through mentoring, providing opportunities for others to grow, or contributing to their community, the more they receive in return. Not just financially, but in terms of fulfillment and purpose. In the business world, this can be seen in companies that prioritize social responsibility and seek to make a positive impact on the world. Companies that operate with a sense of purpose and are willing to make sacrifices for the greater good often build a loyal customer base, attract passionate employees, and earn a reputation for integrity and excellence. The principle of sacrifice reminds us that success is not just about the individual, but about the collective, and that by serving others, we ultimately serve ourselves. The Bible also speaks to the idea of trusting in God's provision and timing, even when the future seems uncertain. In Philippians chapter 4 verse 19, Paul writes, "But my God shall supply all your need according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus." This verse emphasizes the importance of trust and reliance on divine provision. In the business world, this can be interpreted as the belief that when you operate with integrity, faith, and a commitment to your purpose, the resources and opportunities you need will be provided, often in unexpected ways. Faith and sacrifice, when practiced in tandem, create a powerful foundation for success. Faith drives the vision, while sacrifice makes the vision a reality. These principles provide the strength and courage to face adversity, make difficult decisions, and stay true to your values. They encourage leaders to take the long view, understanding that true success is not just about immediate profits, but about building something meaningful and lasting. As we come to the conclusion of this journey through the ancient secrets of the Bible and their relevance to modern life and business, we are left with a profound realization: the wisdom contained within these sacred texts is not just timeless, but incredibly practical. The principles of love, humility, faith, sacrifice, and integrity are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. And they continue to hold the key to not only spiritual fulfillment but also to worldly success. The teachings found within the Bible offer a roadmap for how to navigate the complexities of modern life and business. They encourage us to lead with love, act with humility, trust with faith, and work with integrity. They challenge us to put the needs of others before our own, to make sacrifices for the greater good, and to believe that through hard work and dedication, we can achieve success that is both meaningful and sustainable. But the most important takeaway from this exploration is the understanding that success is not just about personal achievement or accumulating wealth. True success, according to the Bible, is about living a life of purpose, guided by principles that honor God and serve others. It is about creating an impact that lasts beyond ourselves, that leaves a legacy of goodness, compassion, and justice in the world. When we apply these biblical principles in our businesses, we are not only creating a better company but also contributing to a better society. We are building organizations that value people over profits, that prioritize integrity over shortcuts, and that aim to make the world a better place for everyone, not just a select few. This is the kind of leadership that changes the world, and this is the kind of success that endures. In a world that often prioritizes instant gratification, material wealth, and personal gain, the Bible calls us to take the long view. It asks us to consider the lasting impact of our decisions and actions. As business leaders, entrepreneurs, and individuals, we are invited to lead with wisdom, humility, and purpose, to build businesses and lives that reflect the highest ideals of integrity and compassion. The story of Jesus Christ is the ultimate example of sacrificial love and service. He gave his life for the good of humanity, not for personal gain but out of love for others. This is the standard by which we should measure our own lives and careers. Are we willing to make sacrifices for the greater good? Are we willing to lead with love, humility, and faith, even when it requires us to step outside of our comfort zones and challenge the status quo. As you reflect on these biblical principles, I challenge you to ask yourself, how can you apply them in your own life and business? How can you lead with greater love, humility, and integrity? How can you build a business that reflects your deepest values, that serves others, and that leaves a positive mark on the world? If you are ready to embrace these principles and take your leadership and business to the next level, then it is time to take action. Start by examining your own heart and motivations. Are you leading with love? Are you acting with humility and integrity? Are you making sacrifices for the greater good? And are you placing your faith in the process, trusting that success will follow? The path to meaningful success is not always easy, and it will require effort, perseverance, and faith. But as the Bible reminds us, with faith as small as a mustard seed, we can move mountains. If we apply these ancient principles to our lives and businesses, there is no limit to what we can achieve. So, as you move forward in your own journey, I encourage you to remember that success is not just about what you achieve for yourself, but about the legacy you leave behind. It is about the lives you touch, the relationships you build, and the impact you have on the world around you. True success is not measured by the size of your bank account or the number of accolades you receive, but by the love, humility, and integrity with which you live your life. If you feel inspired by the ancient wisdom of the Bible and the principles discussed in this video, I invite you to reflect on how you can integrate them into your daily life and business practices. Let them guide your decisions, shape your actions, and influence the way you interact with others. And if you believe that these principles can make a difference in the world, don't hesitate to share this message with others. Together, we can create a movement of purposeful leadership, guided by timeless wisdom, that changes not only the business world but also the world at large. Remember, success is not about what you achieve for yourself, but about what you give to others. The most successful leaders and entrepreneurs are those who put others first, who lead with love, who act with integrity, and who make sacrifices for the greater good. As you embark on your journey, take with you the lessons of the Bible and let them guide you toward a life of meaning, purpose, and lasting success. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the ancient secrets of the Bible. May the wisdom shared here inspire you to lead with love, faith, and humility, and to build a business and a life that reflects the highest ideals of integrity and compassion. The world is waiting for leaders like you, leaders who understand that true success is about more than just wealth. It is about creating a better, more compassionate world for all.